All right, what's going on, people? We getting ready to do this thing again. Starting off with a story here. North Carolina sheriff allegedly plotted the death of his own deputy because the officer had a tape of him making racially offensive comments. And it's the North Carolina sheriff of Granville County, Sheriff Wilkins, was charged Monday by a grand jury with 2 counts of felony obstruction of justice after prosecutors say he instructed someone in 2014 to murder his deputy, hide the weapon, and say nothing about the crime. According to the indictment, the controversy began when a former deputy, Joshua Freeman, threatened to reveal an audio recording of Wilkins' comments to authorities in Raleigh. Wilkins then urged an unnamed individual to kill Freeman and to cover up the evidence, saying the only way you're going to stop him is to kill him. And if you need to take care of something, just take care of something. Wilkins also told the person to conceal the weapon and keep quiet to stave off investigations. The only way we find out these things is when people talk, Wilkins said, according to the indictment. You can't tell anybody anything, not a thing. It's unclear from the indictment which offensive comments Wilkins was accused of making and whether the audio recording Freeman threatened him with was ever released. The 2014 plot was never carried out and Freeman was not murdered. The grand jury also accused Wilkins of withholding knowledge of a credible threat against Freeman and failing to alert authorities and investigate the potential crime. Wilkins has served as sheriff since 2019, and he was just recently reelected in 2018. And according to this, he was released on a $20,000 bond, and he's actually still the sheriff. He's still the sheriff over there. So here's another story. Cops called on a black doctor trying to open up a bank account. Says the Georgia doctor, Anthony Onabula, believes he was racially profiled after an employee at a United Community Bank told 911, "I feel like he's up to no good." The Georgia doctor believes he was racially profiled after a bank employee called the police on him. And they locked the door so he couldn't get into the bank. They said the time on the door stated that the bank closed at 4:30, and it was 2:15 at the time when he tried to get in. He's trying to figure out what happened. His wife was already in the bank. So little did he know at that time, the employee was on the phone with 911. So he went to the front door, and he's been on his phone. And this is what the person said. Called from the phone to tell the employees to lock the door. The bank employees could be heard saying. Apparently, the bank employee didn't like the fact that he was on the phone or walking, deeming him a possible threat. He's been on his phone out front, and we have no cars in the parking lot. He's a walker, so I feel he's up to no good. After having difficulty getting into the bank, Onabula who apparently by that time was joined by his wife, decided to go to another bank, which is when they encountered the police and realized that someone had made a call about him. So here come the same police inside the bank. Now it's 2 of them, and they said they told the manager to clear the room because they wanted to talk to us. Eventually, the officers left without filing any charges, and Onabula firmly believes this was a case of racial profiling. So since then, the United Community Bank released a statement, said for privacy reasons we do not comment publicly about details of any customer or potential customer transactions. However, providing excellent customer service is our top priority. BS. We're disappointed that we didn't deliver to Mr. Doctors. He's a doctor, Dr. Onabula and his wife. In this case, this afternoon we are able to speak directly with them and personally apologize for the misunderstanding and we hope we get a chance to earn their business in the future. And if it had been me, they could forget that, because I wouldn't set foot in that sorry ass bank. Not even for change for $1. So this goes back to 2016, where they had this guy named Gregory Cheadle. I don't know if he's related to Don Cheadle. I hope not. The man, presidential idiot DC dunce, referred to him as my African American. 2016. So this guy, after 3 years, he's finally deciding that he's getting ready. This is a black guy. He's finally deciding that he's getting ready to leave the Republican Party. That was like 2016. They called you that he was like, might as well have been saying, yeah, this is my Negro over here. This is my African American. And now he finally decides he's going to leave the Republican Party. Man, it's like a coon born every day, boy. So here's another story. Martavius Banks files lawsuit against the city of Memphis officers after being shot last year. Banks was shot by police September 17, 2018. He then spent nearly a year in jail before being released last month after pleading guilty to several charges, including evading arrest and reckless driving. Police said 3 officers at the scene the night Banks was shot did not have their body cameras on during the exchange. It started as a traffic stop that Banks fled from before officers opened fire. Banks' lawyers claim officers told him they ran his tags and found out he did not have insurance. MPD vehicles do not have the technology to be able to find out if you have insurance status from tag numbers. The lawsuit claims Banks knew this and feared for his life, and that's why he ran from the police. Banks took a plea deal and was served 3 years of probation. The same day Banks was released from jail, the officer accused of shooting him, Jamarcus James, was arrested on unrelated charges. This is the cop getting arrested, and he had previously resigned from the force. The lawsuit claims police unlawfully assaulted Banks and shot him over 20 times. The suit claims excessive force was used and the body cameras were shut off to conceal what happened. It also claims that police were communicating with each other at the scene by using handwritten notes. So the suit claims the city of Memphis is also to blame because of his failure to train officers, and they are seeking $10 million in damages. Shot him 20 times and he survived, man. That's a strong dude. Now here's a good feel-good story of the day. Like I promised, I would try to do at least one on every broadcast. It's a 13-year-old student creates a community closet for kids in need. Port Allen, Louisiana. Chase Nayland Square, an 8th grade student at Port Allen Middle School in Louisiana, is giving back through a community-focused closet he created to provide clothes and other necessities for children in need. Chase thought of the idea when students were asked about ways to help others at school. Together with the school staff, Chase organized the pantry. The donations, including clothes, shoes, school supplies, which came from the community, are then distributed discreetly to the students. My favorite part about helping with the pantry is getting types of clothes and sorting them out to give them to various people. Port Allen Middle School's principal, Jessica Major, said most students at the school come from low-income families, and because they are relatively small schools, they are really able to reach out to those in need. We really want to help kids to feel like they have somewhere to go when they need something. We only have 215 kids at the school, so we're able to get to know them very well and try to help them when we can. Chase's parents are proud of him and said that it isn't really the first time that he gave back to his local community. He once donated 700 pairs of socks to the homeless, and he would sometimes organize dinners for senior citizens. It makes me proud. We're very blessed, and always encouraged him to bless others, said his mother, Amanda. At such a young age, Chase has shown great passion for helping other people, and the family hopes that he continues to do so. That's a feel-good story, and I'm really proud of that young man. He's an eighth grade kid, man. He's doing what he can to help his people and give back to the community. And hey, man, I love it. Love it. Get that peace, people.